Wishing you all a very happy Diwali, and as today is Bhai Dooj, wishing you all a very happy Bhai Dooj as well. In the last few months, we have seen a lot of ups and downs in the market. On one side, the US inflation is peaking, while on the other hand, the Indian economy is doing quite well. However, as the FIIs are pulling out money on a daily basis, it is yet to be seen if markets keep going up or fall back. Further, there are a lot other things which needs to be taken care of, such as the price of global crude oil. Also, state as well as central elections are coming up in India very soon. So how do we navigate through this path? One thing should be very clear in your mind, that whatever be the circumstances, you should have a clear mindset as to what is to be done in a certain kind of scenario. Also, we have to keep updating ourselves with the knowledge as it comes in, which may affect the share markets. As mentioned in my previous videos, I have started a Telegram channel as well as one WhatsApp channel on which I provide updates regarding the stock market on a daily basis, where you can join and get the latest information as and when it happens. I also provide a list of best mutual funds and best stocks, but mind you, these are not buy or sell recommendations. You should take buy or sell recommendations only from a SEBI registered investment advisor. What my work is to make you aware of the best stocks and mutual funds and how to find them, so that you can do it on your own or else take the help of a registered advisor to do so. I bring to you the best mutual funds available in the market for investments once every month and shares once every 15 days. In case you have not joined yet, please go and subscribe either one of them as you feel convenient. In today's video, I am going to do a bit of explanation on how to look at the list of stocks which I publish on a fortnightly basis. So if you go and check out either of the Telegram or WhatsApp channels, you will find the list of stocks shared there. What I have also shared is the parameters based on which I have done the selection. I divide the stocks basically between FNO stocks and non-FNO stocks. FNO stocks are those which are traded in futures and options markets and thus have good liquidity. Out of around 188 FNO stocks, I select around 30 stocks which I find doing quite good at the present moment based on three parameters: valuation, momentum and fundamentals. I take all these three into consideration for it to be considered as a good stock as of now. I also select 20 stocks which are outside the FNO basket but within NSE 500. Out of such around 312 stocks, I select only 20 stocks which seem to be doing quite good as of now. Not only this, if I have mentioned any stock previously which is not part of the list, I do an analysis of those as well and mention what may be done with them in a third separate sheet. Now please take one thing into consideration. If I was in your place, I would think that now that I have a list of those 50 stocks, I will divide my amount into 50 equal installments and invest in all of them. Don't do such a mistake. This list what I have provided is just a starting point for you to further analyze as to which are the shares where you feel comfortable investing in, and then only invest at whatever price you feel comfortable investing at. This is just a starting point for you to further analyze. Now let's discuss the columns which I have mentioned in this. The number one is the bull score. It's a proprietary score which I have calculated taking into account, as I said earlier, the valuation, momentum and the fundamentals. So higher the bull score, I think it is likely to perform better. The second one is the market capitalization. This is just for a reference as to understand how big or small a company is that you are looking at. If you see, there is color coding in the first column as well, which will give you an idea if the stock is from the top 50, within top 100, within top 200 or within top 500. You can see the legend for this color coding at the bottom of the sheet. Now if you see the columns, there are various other columns which are important to look at while choosing a stock. For example, if you see Petrosky score, it is out of 9 and a score above 4 is considered okay, while a score above 7 is considered good. I am not going into the details of each of the columns and how they are calculated. That may be content for another video. The next column is the operating revenue growth, TTM. TTM stands for trailing 12 months. So this tells that in the last 12 months, how has the company been growing. The next column is the TTM profit. This tells how the profit of the company is growing. So we have captured both top line as well as the bottom line. The next column is the margin. For any company, the margin is very important. However, it also depends on the industry in which it is operating in. The margin is also considered on a trailing 12-month basis. The next two columns are the ROE and ROCE, that is the return on equity and the return of capital employed. These two are very important columns for understanding the fundamentals of the company. Now the next two columns are important as well. Firstly, the promoter holding. So if the promoter is selling on a regular basis, we know that the company might be losing in value. So we need to be aware of how much the promoter has sold in the last 12 months. But please note the next column, that is the institutional investment in last 12 months. So it might be the case that the promoter is selling to the institutional investors. So that might not be a bad thing. But if the institutional investors are selling or are selling in a huge quantity, it might be a problem. Now the next column I would say is one of the most important. It is how much percentage of the shares the promoter has pledged. If the pledge percentage is too high, it means that the promoter is out of money and they are having to pledge the shares to run the company. This can be a very bad scenario, as we have seen in many cases where the companies have been going down. The next column is the long-term debt to equity, which should be less than 1 ideally. However, that also depends on the industry. For example, in financial industry or in companies which are undertaking long-term projects, it may be a bit on the higher side. However, in no case it should be more than 3:1 for a well-managed company. The next three columns are regarding the valuation, the PE ratio, the PEG ratio and the price to book ratio. The details of these you can go and find in any website. In short, what these tell us is if the price we are paying to buy the company, is it justified or if it is too high. In case it is too low, it might not be the case that the company is available at a cheap valuation. The case can even be that the company is going on a downtrend. So we need to be careful here as well. The columns are similar for F&O as well as non-F&O list of shares. I bring out this list every 15 days. So if anyone wants to research on it further, they can contact me in case they are not able to understand anything. If you have a particular query, please drop in a comment here and I will look into it. Please note that the stock names which are marked in bold are new entrants to this list this week. Also, page 3 provides the list of stocks which were there in one of the lists published earlier. However, as other companies are doing better, they have fallen in favor, but they might not be a bad investment to keep. Thus, I have mentioned how bad they have been and what I might be doing in such a case. Over the last few days, you would have seen a lot of videos on YouTube telling you the best 5 or best 10 stocks to invest for Diwali. However, please note that the investment is not to be done just at Diwali. An investment is a journey which you have to do over the months, over the years. And you have to first decide your goals, then you have to decide where to put your money, and then you have to decide how much to put. Also, a good investment can be a good investment itself, but there can be better options available where you can get a better return. The investment decision also depends on your personal life and how much liquidity you might need in the near future. I hope that this analysis which I have done over the Diwali weekend is helpful to you, and I will be eagerly looking forward to all your inputs regarding the same. If you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please subscribe right now and hit the bell icon so that you can get lot of information regarding finance and stock markets on a regular basis. If you are a busy person and are interested just in the news items and the updates regarding the stock market through the day, don't forget to join either the Telegram or WhatsApp channel. The links of both I am sharing in the description below. Wishing you all again a very happy Diwali. Hope this Diwali brings you lot of prosperity and happiness. Bye bye.